I want to talk about the surface. Um, so when we got there, like one of the first things I wanted to do when we got stopped was go look at the surface. It's an airport. I've heard that it's a real tricky surface. It's hard to get down. Um, so we did just that. Went up and tried to mingle in, look at the surface. They was doing the concert when we got there, so it was rather easy. Um, and it's very rough. It's very rough, very coarse. Um, I have not had this car on anything like this. I did not know what to do, what the setup was, so I knew what I had with me wasn't going to work at its best, or wasn't going to give the car the potential we needed to possibly do good here. Not that I had any intentions of actually doing good, especially once I saw the surface. Um, so we were there to support, have fun, be a part of it. Kent Rose was a great guy. He done a lot of good, extremely good heart, and we just wanted to be a part of it. So I made a call for what it was worth. Our phones didn't work for crap, but I was sending messages and trying to make calls and to get one of my crew members that hadn't came to possibly come to my house, get in the barn, and get some other stuff for the car. Um, so they did manage to do that. They did bring all the parts. We got all the parts there, made all the changes, and we did get down the surface a lot better than I expected. The car did great. There are some other things I want to try with it just to do better, but the car did do great. I cannot complain on how it did. Like, I think we made the right decisions on what we did to get it down through there. Um, it was 100% like a guess from past knowledge and the old car, and I used a lot of that on this one. But I also knew that this car isn't the old car, and it does react different to the changes. So I kept that in mind when I was doing everything, and I kept it kind of subtle. I didn't make any real big changes all at once. After the first pass, it was all just very, very, very minute changes. The tune-up pretty much stayed the same all day. I just got a tad bit more aggressive each round. And I did have extra passes because we were in two classes, which is a whole nother story. But yeah, the surface was very tricky. It's different tricks down the surface because it was extremely coarse. It was extremely rough. Had a lot of bumps and hills in it, pretty much. Like if you know motocross or anything, and you're going across the whoops, that's basically what the end of the left lane was, and I believe it was like more elongated in the right lane, but the ones down towards the end in the left lane were pretty violent. My first pass, I let off early because I ramped twice. And I was like, oh shit, I wasn't ready for this. And I let off early on the first pass, and coasted through the finish line. So, second pass, I was expecting it, and we just powered over them. But it's a tricky surface. I can't wait to go back, honestly. Um, and they're talking about doing this race annually. So anybody that wasn't there this year, get ready to be there next year. It was an extremely well run race. Um, Everything went smooth. It was crazy hot. We did have a couple issues with people passing out and stuff, but the race was run really well. The staff done a very good job. Security was just that. They were security. They were on point. They were doing their job. But it seemed like throughout the night, it kind of relaxed a little more as the environment come in. Um, but they did their job. Everybody did their job, and it was a well-run race. Like I said, I can't wait to go back. Gina done a hell of a job on getting the right people to do what they've accomplished, and I'm sure Kent would be extremely proud.
When was the last time known that anybody was on that surface?
Before going down there, I was told that it was 2014. Nobody's been on the surface since 2014. While I was there, I was talking with some people that said that they had raced there in 15, 16. So it's still, even at 16, it's been many years since anybody's been down through there. Um, I know that they're talking about it's going to be annually 1 year, and if I'm wrong, forgive me, but this is what we talked about from somebody that knows. Um, it's going to be an annually race, is what they want, one time a year. Um, no testing, nobody's to be on the surface throughout the year, and I think that's the best way to do it, honestly, because it keeps everybody on their toes, and I can't wait to go back. Like, I honestly can't. If we go back and go out first round, I will still have the same feeling about it for the next year. It was a wonderful place to be. I couldn't think of anywhere else I would want to be than right there with all the people that we were there with.
I think every track has something special about it, and I think the spectators help make that. But on this particular race, I think there were so many ways that you could tell that Kent was watching over everybody.
Absolutely, I believe he was in every car that made a pass. Can, can, I'm not going to get real big into it because I'll get emotional on everything that I've thought about. But you could tell he was a nitrous guy because it was nitrous finals in small tire. It was nitrous finals and run what you brung. I don't know about the other classes. I know the Daily Driver Plus was turbo because Billy won it with the Red Nova. Um, but I don't know about the other classes. But the big classes, they were all nitrous finals. I think semifinals as well. So at least one of them was semifinals and finals. Small tire was all nitrous semifinals and finals. So go Kent.
We did you proud.
Yeah, everybody. It was just an amazing place to be. I loved it. Round one, small tire. I'm going to forewarn everybody that we're going to try and go through this pretty quick because we have two classes from first round to the finals to get through. So, first round, it's a white vet, beautiful car. I don't know who it is, didn't know who it is. They did the chip draws for us, and we just saw who we had. If you didn't know them, I mean, you didn't know them. So go up, do the burnout, and I did the burnout, went into high gear too early, and it just kind of bogged down. Backed up, staged. They did the arm drop, and I left, had a good bit of wheel speed. It spun pretty good. Watching the video back, I saw that the vet really, really, really tore the tires off, and it wasn't even a race. This is the pass that I let off early on because I was not ready for what was about to happen at the end of the track. But we did get the win. We moved on to second round in small tire.
first round, run what you run.
All right, here we go. We drew the right lane early on. The lanes there seemed to be a difference. The left lane was a lot better than the right lane, and I emphasize early on. So I got the right lane, and I'm trying to figure out what I can do because I already had too much power for the left lane. So I pulled a little bit out of it early, left the back half alone. So done the burnout, got all staged up, ready to go, and let go of the button. We still had a bunch of wheel speed. It just wasn't wanting to bite like I wanted it to, like I expected it to. It did motivate, it did move. It just wasn't as good as I wanted. We seemed to be getting out on everybody that we was racing. I mean, we're 2 rounds and I've gotten out on both people. So in my head, I'm like, we're doing better than what the others are. Let's just try to back it down a little more. So that's what we did. We made it through first round. I went back to the drawing board. Round two, a small tire. Here we are. They drew me a black Camaro, and a lot of these cars I've not seen before. I don't know them, so I treat them all the same. I treat them all as killers. I still had too much power in it, and run what you brung. So I took a little more out of it. We got the left lane again, which was a little better. Took a little more power out of it. We still hit the tire a little too hard, got too much wheel speed. Clearly, you'll see in the video that the F-body had a lot more wheel speed than us. He was white smoking the tires. Let's say we kept everything repetitious as far as the lining up, the tried to keep the burnout the same. My burnouts got a little, in the left lane, it got to where it would be going sideways. And it's a long way to get to the starting line, so it's hard to burn out through the starting line. But we did keep everything repetitious all night long. It was all the same, every pass. We all did the same thing. The whole crew was on point, and it showed.
From what you brung, round two.
All right. Got another F body. This is Run What You Brung. There were several small tire cars in it, and so far, I've been fortunate enough to be racing other small tire cars. There were a couple big tire cars in it, and both those big tire cars are fast, and they do win a lot. So I'm fortunate enough to still have small tire cars. I'm in the left lane again. I've already made 2 passes in the left lane. So I'm kind of getting it figured out. It felt a little better. I don't believe on this one I changed anything on the tune. I was hoping that the tires was actually going to work better because the surface was getting a little better. It's had several passes put down it, several rounds of passes, and there was a lot of cars there. And it still spun. It's getting to the point now in these classes that it's starting to get fast. Turnaround time's getting fast. Running 2 classes, pretty much I'm starting to notice that we're not having time to get the car completely cooled down, get the batteries charged, um, and do our routine thing. Like I'm on the computer, I've come back, I get on the computer, and the other guys are just like crawling all over the car trying to get stuff done, and trying to think. We don't have time to actually try to meet the people that we're racing, like hunt them down, find out who they are, anything like that. Actually get personal with them. It's just, this is who you're racing. Cars, let's get the car ready and just go up there. That's kind of where we're getting with it. We was fortunate enough again, like I said, to pull off another victory to move on to the next round. The car did have more wheel speed though. It had wheel speed, so the starting line, I can't get the starting line to where it hooks. But after, I don't know, 70, 80, 100 feet, we're able to put some power in it.
Third round.
Third round small tire. Again, we're moving quick. I didn't get a chance to meet this guy. I had no idea what I was in for on this one. Done our normal routine, everything. I hear him over there revving it up, doing his purging through the motor, whatever he's doing. Um, Stage up, the arms drop, we leave. I'm in the right lane. Um, it's the left lane still a good bit better than the right lane, but I'm pretty sure on this one I left my tune up the same. Again, I may have brought it in a little earlier out the back. The arms drop, Pappy drops his arms, we let off, and we're side by side. Like we're side by side a long way down through there, and I just edged him out. I was not prepared for that. That car run really good, and I'm happy that I got the win. Like that car run really good. That was probably my closest race of the day. When I got back, JB Hall. I don't know how many of you guys know JB Hall, but super good guy. I was talking with him, and he said the car looks good. Stay the course. Don't make any big changes. He said that right there was going to be my closest race of the day.
And I think at this point too, Jason and I were messaging Mike, updating him because he was in Michigan for a ball game, and Mike's like, he's counting how many rounds that have left and how many bottles he knows we take, and he was like, we need nitrous. We're going to run out of nitrous. So that was in the back of our head in these next few passes. And
the next few passes, we're trying to figure out where we're going to get nitrous, who has nitrous. There was a performance shop on site that had nitrous if I needed to go that route. And at that point, I didn't need to go that route because at this point, I could go out next round. The night can end at any point in time because we're all competitive with each other that's out here, and it's pretty much who makes the better choices on their tune up and their setup is who's going to go to the next round. So.
not expect that. Oh my God. I don't even know where he was. I just, didn't expect it. But it went. I need that for the rest of the night. Right there.
From what you brung,
Yep.
third round.
Third round. They draw me Jimmy Adkins. I do know this car. I see him run a lot down at KD. It's a beautiful 69 Camaro, big tire car, pro charged, I believe big block. And he's a hammer. So, with this, now I'm not racing the surface anymore. I am going to use it as a test pass. We've already made it further than I expected to and run what you brung. Honestly, it was just to get another pass or two if I made it through first round of small tire to try to further dial in the car. So I leave on more. I bring it in faster. This one, I believe I turned on the second kit way out back. And I knew I had to be on it. So do the burnout. My burnout in the left lane is just straight as an arrow. Get backed up in my tracks. As soon as I saw any kind of a flinch out of Happy, I let go of the button. I made sure he moved, but it was like I was on it. I was just ready to go. I gave it everything I had on my side. The car clearly did what we needed it to do to make a good, clean, straight pass. It kept the tire under. It still had wheel speed, but we had turned it up. Jimmy, he said he let go of the button and it instantly just kicked the tire out. He lost the tire, smoked the tires the whole way down. I did not expect to make it past this round whenever I went up there. I was merely turning it up. I was using it as a buy run for small tire, and we somehow made it past. I don't know how. At this point, I'm flipping out in the car. I can't believe it just happened, and we're going on to another round. I got back to the pits, and I was told that the other big tire car was also out. So we're all small tire cars in the Run What You Brung class now. So I was just amazed. Small tire round 4. I get another Mustang that is a turbo car with no front end. Clearly, at this point, small tire, we're all getting down the surface pretty quick. There are no ducks. Everybody knows what they're doing, and he gets the better lane. I get the right lane. He gets the left lane. So now I'm thinking, this might not work out for us. The luck's ended and all that good stuff. Do the burnout. I made very minimal tune-up changes from the left lane to the right lane. Because I knew I have to start testing stuff now and not being conservative with it. I did pull some percentage, and I think it was 2 or 3% out of my leave. Looking back on it, and I figured this out, I think it was in the final round, in the final round, I learned something, and that's good that I learned something. But looking back on it, my nitrous didn't work when I let go of the button on this pass. It went out to about, what, probably 6-7 tenths of a second. And then it kicked in and it smacked the tire. The car took off. I'm going to go ahead and say what I learned now. Later on in that night, at this point, we're not getting any time. We're getting 15 minutes. The time to turn the car around between us going up and running is very, very short. Trying to cool the engine down, trying to cool the transmission down, trying to get any kind of tune-up changes, any kind of shock changes, any changes we're going to make with the car from round to round is now having to be done so fast that the car's not getting cooled down. The fan, the water pump is running nonstop, and the batteries aren't getting charged.
You're also losing track of who you're racing.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm racing. I don't know what class it is, whether it's small tire, whether it's run what you brung. Like, it's all just come back, get on the car, try to make it up for the next race. I can't remember if this is the round that I had talked to a staff member about needing more time, because we just couldn't do it. I was going to end up hurting something, tearing the car up, and I'm sure I wasn't the only one. Everybody else that's still in, and there was two of us. No, yeah, there was two of us that was still in both classes. And he was another nitrous car. So his turnaround time, he has to be in the same boat I am. So I asked for more time, and they did. They accommodated. They changed some things up. They got some things going to give us more time to get the car cooled down. But I still had to run the fan and the water pump the whole time to get it cooled down, and then go back up and run.
We also had to find Jimmy Dale because he had nitrous.
Yeah, we had to start borrowing nitrous now. So we had to hunt Jimmy Dale down at Jimmy Dale Racing and find him. He told me earlier on that he had 14 bottles. They're the same bottles that I'm running. The Hodgkinsons had a bottle that are the same bottles I'm running, same valve, everything. We did end up getting nitrous and was able to finish the night out, but we were scurrying for a minute. Run what you brung. They draw me the bye. I believe this is the bye into the finals. The car is still hot. The transmission's cooking. It has to be. We've still got some wiring to do on the car. I do not have my transmission temperature sensor hooked up, and my coolant temperature sensor is reading 39 to 41 degrees all the time. So it's not working either. I've tried different scales. I've tried everything. I think I just got a bad sensor. It is a Rife sensor, and I haven't even got back with them to let them know. But I do not have a temperature sensor. I got the bye, and with the bye, you do not have to make the pass, but you do have to break the beam. So I have to go up. It has to break the beam under its own power. We cannot push it. I was going to drive it all the way up. Just drive it up, break the beam, drive it back, get it back on the charger, get it back cooling down, get everything going again. And Jason Terrell with 10 Soldiers Race Cars come over. He's like, man, let's just push it up there. Let's try and get it as cool as we can for the time that we have. We've got enough people here. Let's push it. So that's what we did. We pushed it up, got it lined up. I started it up, broke the beam, shut it off, got it back on the charger, and fans going, water pump going, trying to get everything as cool as possible. We've got fans on the transmission, fans on the engine. It's just everything we can do to try to keep this thing cool or get it cooled down. So that put us in the finals of Run What You Brung. Mind blown. I cannot believe that we just made it to the finals of Run What You Brung, and we are in the semifinals of small tire. Semifinals, a small tire. Uh, there's 3 of us left. This is another Mustang they call Poison Ivy. It's a nitrous car. Clearly, it's making good passes. I've got several thoughts going through my head, but I'm extremely confused. This is where it really got to me, and I realized that I'm going to use some foul language here. I'm fucking lost. I don't know who I'm racing, what class I'm racing. I don't even know what lane I've got. I know that he is my final race in Run What You Brung. Or I didn't know that, but I knew I was racing the same guy in small tire and Run What You Brung. Semifinals of one, finals of the other. So I've got to race this guy 2 times. And we talked a good bit before the race, either one of the races, and kind of got to know each other a little bit. But I go up, do the burnout, make the pass, everything's good. And like we're side by side for a good ways. Like this is a really good race. And I just started to pull away from him. I don't know at this point, I'm like, I don't know if I just out mile per hour him, if he lost a tire. I don't know what's going on. I know I got to the finish line first. I know that I left on the arm drop and it was clean. So I know I just won. We're in the finals of small tire, and we're in the finals of Run What You Brung, and I'm like losing my shit in the car on the big end. Like this would have been, these last few rounds would have been real good times to have in-car cameras because I was going nuts.
And those are coming, by the way.
Yeah,
we have them. We just got to set them up.
So yeah, we'll get it.
Woo! Just one Run What You Brung. Now we're gonna move on and try to win small tire. Scott's fast. He's a tough competitor. I raced him once and it was a bumper finish to where they called it the wrong way originally. So I know he's fast. I know the car's capable. But we got the same lane. I kind of like the tune-up, so I'm probably going to leave it alone. See what it does.
All right. Run What You Brung finals. Here we are. We are in the finals. I just raced this car and beat him in the semifinals of small tire. So in our heads, and we had a little bit of conversation with Jerry and Jason. Jerry, Bunker Hill Fabrications, helped me slave on this car, doing the cage and all the fab work and all the metal work. They've become friends, sponsors, great people.
And Jason, you work with every
Jason,
day.
I work with every day. And we're kind of rough on each other, but it's all out of good and love. Mike wasn't, as just stated earlier, wasn't able to make it because he had some family stuff going on. and it's good family stuff, not bad family stuff. So it's all understandable. Love him just the same. Um, so we're talking, and it's like he's back there turning his stuff up. He's getting ready to give it everything he's got. We just beat him. Now he knows what he has to do. This is another indication on my side whenever I watch the video of this and whenever I let off the button up on the starting line in the semifinals of small tire, that nitrous did work in the semifinals of small tire, and we had plenty of time to cool the car down and get the batteries kind of charged up. They never did completely charge all day. So we come up to race in the finals of Run What You Brung to a car that I just beat by a little bit, knowing that he turned, or feeling like we know that he turned it up. He made the comment that he was all in. That was everything it had, but I can't believe that. Being a competitive racer, I can't believe that. You have to show me that that's everything you had. So we go up, do the burnout, stage, I let off the button, and it just kind of rolls out. This is the second time today it's done it. And I still haven't put it together. I haven't put it together. I haven't put it together. But it rolls out, and with the Fuel Tech, it still runs the ramp that you put in it. It just, once it gets to a percentage on the solenoids that it will actually run them, that you have enough power to run them, then they will kick on. And that's, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's what happened with this, is we didn't have enough time to get the batteries charged up, so there wasn't enough voltage it would be a real fast pulse because it was a real low percentage for it to actually work the solenoids. So it left like a pooch. And then it got out to where it actually kicked in. They kicked in, and like it hit hard. It hit and it left. It went. But we were side by side, and I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe he did put more in it out the back. And I believe he kind of lost the tire, and I was able to beat him again. So that's not once, but that's twice. We backed up our win that we are the fastest car on that surface between those two nitrous Mustangs. I'm not sure. I heard that he has a big block in that car. I'm not 100% sure, but like I said, finals of Run What You Brung, nitrous. Kent has to be proud. He has to be happy because he is a nitrous man. I couldn't be happier that I just won Run What You Brung. Didn't expect to make it past 1 to 2 rounds. It was only to test and try to get a feel for the surface. I'm ecstatic. I'm like outside myself. I can't believe it just happened. I have made the statement to Jason at work that I want one of those trophies. With this win, my team, my crew got us the trophy. That's our trophy. It's not mine. Which one is it here? It's this one here. Run What You Brung. We got us a trophy. Had a hair on his fist, but we got us a trophy. Starting to get a little emotional. So we just won Run What You Brung. That takes us into the finals of small tire.
Malibu got to the finish line first, and we're going to look at it. Jump. Jump. Left lane. CJ for the win.
We are in the small tire finals now. Got Scott Huff, which is a big block nitrous Malibu. I know him. I know the car. And I know that I cannot make any mistakes with this car. I watched him make a pass in the lane he's in. I'm sure he's seen me make passes in the lane I'm in. We both know that we're going to have a dogfight. I just raced him last weekend, first round at Block Snow Prep. So it was a bumper finish, and I know that I've got a fight on my hands. I have to do everything right. I have to be on it. I have to be perfect. So for most of the night, I've been looking through my scoop, watching Happy drop his arms. On this one, I asked one of my crew members to ask him to move over or up so that I can see him clearly. I plan on doing everything in my power to be on his movement. I go up, I do my burnout, and I go to turn on my shifter, and I notice that my lights are dim on my switch panel. And the last time that this happened was at Magnolia whenever I was going to race Billy and my batteries was dead. So I look at my voltage on the fuel tech, and I've got very low voltage. So at this point, I'm like, oh shit, the nitrous isn't going to work. The car is going to die. So I am like in a rush. I'm hurrying. Happy keeps telling me to calm down, slow down, calm down. And I'm like, my shit's going to die. We need to go. And I'm waiting and waiting. And whenever you're doing that, Scott and his crew was doing their routine as normal. They weren't taking a long time, but it feels like they're taking forever. After this pass is when I realized that it was the low voltage thing that was keeping the nitrous from running down low. So he gets staged. I've got a perfect view. Happy puts his arms up, and Scott leads before he drops his arms. I'm like, he just jumped. I let go. The nitrous didn't come on. It gets out. It comes on. I can't chase him down. I was making ground up on him, but I could not chase him down. He got to the finish line first. I let off the throttle and my car dies. It's done. It gave us everything it had for the whole day, and the tongue was laying back there on the starting line. It had no tongue left. We drug it clean off. I got out of the car and went over to Scott. He turned around and put his lights on me. I told him I'm broke. The car won't start. I was like, I said, but you jumped. I'm going to cuss. What the fuck was you thinking? You jumped. He's like, I know. I can't believe it. But he gave me the race. And I didn't even know, I don't even know that I feel like I would have still edged him out on that one. But my nitrous didn't work. And I don't know that I could have made up the ground. That may have been his chance to beat me. He may have beat me on that one had he not jumped. We just won small tire and run what you brung at the Kent Rose Revival race, and I'm deciding the car's broke. I'm
Everybody at the starting line's wondering what's taking him so long to get back.
I'm trying to what was it? Mike was trying to call me, and I tried to answer it, and it wouldn't do it. I didn't have enough service or whatever. So I tried to call Jason, and it went right through. I don't know what was going on in the atmosphere, what was around, but it let me call down there to let them know they need to come get me, that the car's done. I don't know. I don't know at this point if I've hurt something because I run it with the low voltage. It could not let the fuel solenoids work. There's so many things that we could have just tore up on that by making that pass, but I was doing everything I could to make that pass. Give me a minute. Yeah. Yeah, I never expected to win 2 classes here in one night. My team gave me everything they had. The car gave me everything it had, and I gave them everything I had. I'm at kind of a loss for words now. Usually I try to take a few days to let everything settle, kind of let all the emotions get to where I can handle them. But this one kind of got me. So it's kind of where that is. I feel like I had, I don't know, I feel like there was a higher power in the car with me, in my pit, and there was a plan before we even got there for us. Like I said, I went there. I'd never been on a surface like that. I had no idea what to put in this car. I had never been on a surface with this car. I do have experience on surfaces like that with the old car, and I did use that, but never expected to make the passes we made. I mean, we honestly, comparative, that car made clean passes all day. Never skipped a beat. I can't explain it. We got fuel, from what I could tell, because I had to drive it back to a certain point. We got fuel on the plug now. So we didn't hurt anything. It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm still, wow. We set out, like I said, I wanted to go have a good time. And sorry, I'm not looking at you so much. I'm just wanted to go have a good time and support it. And like I wanted one of these trophies more than I want to win a Wally, and we come home with 2 of them.
And it was Darren's birthday.
Yeah, and Darren's birthday weekend. It's just amazing. All the work that everybody put into making that race happen. Kudos to you guys. You done a bang up job. I don't even know what to say. Like I said, it wasn't about the money. It was about being there to support, and like I wanted a trophy. Never expected to get one, but we did. And yeah. So thank you to my crew for giving me everything they got. Thank you to my wife, my kids, to all the staff, the crew, that the security, the Kent Rose Foundation, Happy, Charlie, Ryan, Jason, the whole everybody, Brad, everybody that made it happen. Thank you. And I also want to thank everybody that has supported us through the I guess the journey, the mishaps we've had, the rebuild of this car, whether it be from buying merchandise or donations or everything that's helped us get to where we're at. We appreciate it.
This was your guys' win too.
Yeah, it's not just my win. It's not my crew's win. This is a win for everybody that's put a hand in on the car, that's anybody and everybody that supported, and that's what we're out here winning for and with. Without you guys, this car would not be together right now. Don't think I don't know that. It damn sure wouldn't have the parts on it that it has. We've got some really nice parts on this car, and a lot of it is on the safety side. Had no problems stopping. I mean, it's just, we appreciate you all, every one of you. And hopefully we have a lot more like this.
As Mike would say, we're not done yet.
We ain't done yet. So we're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to keep making changes. We've got changes coming. We're going to keep trying to go faster and faster and get better and better. And like I said, hopefully there's a Wally in the future. I would love to have a Wally to add to my Kent Roses. That's plural, 2 of them.
Show them.
Yeah. So this is our small tire. We'll stand him right there.
And those are going in the case with the shirt.
Yep. And this is the shirt. I got a little sweaty right now, but
Okay, let's do the back of it.
and
You did a great job. So guys, we'll see you soon.
yeah, hopefully in the winner circle again. This is 6 finals, 3 wins in a row. 3 wins in a row for this team, for us, for the car. All good things come to an end. We could go out first round next time we race. I understand that. I'm not one of those people that think that it can't happen. I know it can happen, and it's going to happen. It's just the way it is. So thanks everybody for all your love and support. We love you all. Till next time.